Today's recipe is from the north of Germany, from an area that is called Schleswig-Holstein. That's where I grew up. And it will be an elderberry soup. It's a sweet soup with grit dumplings. It wasn't easy for me to find elderberry juice here in America. Apparently people know more the elderflower juice. However, I found some on the internet, and I will leave a link down there under this, below this video. And in Germany I would just go outside to the small roads between the fields of the farmers, and there they would grow just by themselves, and I would just pick them and make juice from them. However, I have to do it with a finished juice from a bottle, which is okay too. And yeah, this is how it goes. So the first thing that I will do is make the grit dumplings, and that's not too difficult. I just have to heat some milk. This is a little more than 1 cup of milk. I will also add 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. And I'll add 1 tablespoon of sugar. I also add a pinch of salt and a tiny little bit of nutmeg. So the milk is starting to boil. I'll turn it down a little bit to avoid a mess. And now I add about 1 cup of grit. So the grits go all in, and I have it boil a little bit. And I turned off the heat, and now I'm stirring it until the mass is like one piece, one big lump. You can see it's thickening more and more. Okay, you can see this is now very much thickened, and you can see that it's holding its shape. And now I will add first 1 egg, and mix it in here. And now I take the second egg and do the same thing. Okay, and now I let it stand a little bit. In my next step, I will make the dumplings from the grit. Therefore, I use 2 wet spoons, and I take some of the mass here and create some sort of dumpling like this, and put it into the boiling water, where it will remain for about 8 to 10 minutes. You can see how I create some sort of triangular or maybe almost round shape here on the sides. Now about 8 minutes have passed, and you can see here now that the grit dumplings start to come to the surface of the water, which means that they are ready. Okay, now I will carefully take them out here and place them on a plate. They will be added to the soup at the very end. So now we finally come to the part where we really make the soup. I will start with the elderberry juice and I pour it into my cooking pot, and be careful, it is making really great stains, so maybe wear an apron or, like me, a black shirt. I will also add about 3/4 of a cup of clear apple juice, and I bring this to a boil now. And while that's happening, I take 1 tablespoon of cornstarch and some water, and I add a tablespoon of cornstarch to the water and I mix it. And once my soup is boiling, I will add that to the soup to thicken it a little bit. Okay, little change of scenes because the cooktop that I used just broke. However, the story stays the same. I have the starch that I dissolved in water here, and I add it to my juice and I let it cook for 2 to 3 minutes. And while I was waiting earlier, I was cutting 2 apples into smaller pieces, and they will be added to the soup in a little bit. So I added the apples to the soup. There are 2 sour tasting apples, and my grandmother used to slice them thinly, but I make little cubes. I like that better. I think it's easier to eat. Also, I will add 7 tablespoons of sugar. Oh, I think 6 might be enough. It's quite a bit of sugar. Okay, and I let it boil a few more minutes. So we just ate the soup and it was delicious, but it was too sweet. The reason is, it turns out that the juice that I was using contains already quite a bit of sugar, 35 gram to be precise. And so I would suggest that you lower the sugar that you use in the recipe to maybe 3 tablespoons. Just taste it and find out what's the right amount for you.